Life is like a river, bringing priceless gifts but also hiding unexpected challenges. Stoics, with their wisdom and mindfulness, understand that not every gift should be accepted, not every word should be listened to. They know that some things, even if given with good intentions, can become shackles that bind the soul, dim the inner light, and hinder our steps on the journey to find true happiness. Today we will explore two important aspects of Stoic philosophy, things a Stoic would never accept from anyone, and 12 principles to remain unaffected by others. These are valuable lessons that help us protect our autonomy, nurture a serene mind, and move towards a free and meaningful life. Join me as we step into the garden of the soul, where we will cultivate good seeds, remove toxic weeds, and let the light of wisdom shine through. If you yearn for a more peaceful and meaningful life, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Together, we will delve into the profound philosophies of Stoicism, step by step, perfecting ourselves and reaching our best versions. Start your journey of self-discovery today. Number 1. Conditional Gifts. In life, giving and receiving gifts is a beautiful cultural practice, expressing affection, care, and gratitude among people. However, not all gifts carry good intentions and deserve appreciation. Stoic philosophy teaches us that a true gift is one given voluntarily without any conditions or expectations. It comes from a sincere heart, with the desire to bring joy and happiness to the recipient, not to bind or exploit. Stoics not only cherish meaningful gifts, but are also vigilant in recognizing and refusing conditional gifts. They understand that these gifts are not just material objects, but also carry invisible shackles that can bind and restrict their freedom. A conditional gift often comes with implicit expectations, demands for reciprocation, emotional obligations, or even manipulative intentions. The giver may use the gift as a tool to manipulate, control, or pressure the recipient. For example, a friend might give you an expensive gift, but then constantly reminds you of it, making you feel indebted and obligated to reciprocate with special actions or favors. Or a business partner might offer you a luxurious trip, but in reality, it's to build a close relationship to exploit you in business. Upon receiving a gift, Stoics always carefully consider the meaning and purpose behind it. They won't hesitate to refuse conditional gifts, no matter how valuable they may be. They understand that their freedom and self-respect are more important than any material gift. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what we receive, but what we do with what we receive. That defines us." Stoics do not judge the value of a gift by its material worth, but by the meaning and sentiment that the giver puts into it. They cherish small but sincere gifts, those that express genuine care and affection. They are grateful to those who have taken the time and effort to choose and give them meaningful gifts. However, they also do not hesitate to refuse extravagant, flashy gifts that do not come from a sincere heart. They would rather receive a small gift filled with genuine affection than an expensive one that is merely a tool for exploitation or manipulation. In life, learn to give and receive gifts wisely. Cherish meaningful gifts, refuse conditional ones, and always remember that the value of a gift lies not in its material worth, but in the sentiment and meaning it brings. Are you still with me? If so, please comment with the number 1, so I know I'm not alone on this journey. Number 2. Unsolicited advice. In the Stoic journey, we learn that advice, even when well-intentioned, can be a double-edged sword, Timely and appropriate advice can illuminate the mind and open up new paths, but unsuitable or ill-considered advice can lead us astray and erode our self-confidence. Stoics do not reject all advice, but they do not readily accept everything either. They listen carefully, analyze, and evaluate whether the advice is truly helpful and relevant to them. They do not let praise or criticism or conflicting opinions affect their self-confidence and determination. Take the story of King Pyrrhus of Epirus, who once asked the philosopher Cineas about his plan to conquer the world. Cineas cleverly posed a counter-question: "After conquering the world, what will you do?" Pyrrhus replied that he would rest and enjoy life. Cineas then said, "Why don't you do that now?" This advice made Pyrrhus reflect and realize that happiness lies not in conquest, but in inner peace. Or the story of Cato the Younger, a Roman statesman known for his integrity and uncompromising nature. When tempted by political enemies with promises of power and wealth, Cato firmly refused. He understood that their advice was merely temptation, a trap that could lead him to lose his dignity and ideals. Stoics understand that each person has their own path, their own goals, and their own values. The advice of others is just a reference point, not an absolute truth. The final decision always rests in the hands of each individual. They have a strong belief in their own judgment and decision-making abilities. They are not afraid to face difficult choices, nor are they afraid to go against the majority or unsuitable advice. They understand that only they know what is best for themselves. They do not seek validation from the outside, but seek validation from within. They know that success and happiness do not come from pleasing others, but from living true to their values and pursuing their own set goals. Advice can be a valuable gift, but it can also be an unnecessary burden. Learn to listen selectively, appreciate helpful advice, and disregard unsuitable ones. Have confidence in yourself, in your ability to judge and make decisions. Because only you know what is best for you. Only you can master your own life. We've only covered 1/5 of the journey, so be sure to hit the subscribe button to not miss any valuable lessons. Number 3. Imposition from others. In the grand tapestry of life, we each embark on a unique journey, endowed with the freedom to choose our own path. Yet along this journey, we often encounter pressures and coercion from external forces, from those around us, from society, from prejudices and expectations. They want us to follow the path they have laid out, to do what they deem right, to live the way they desire. But is that truly our authentic life? Stoic philosophy teaches us that autonomy is one of the most important human values. We have the freedom to choose our thoughts, emotions, and actions. We have the freedom to decide the path we want to take, the goals we want to achieve, and the way we want to live. No one has the right to impose their will upon us unless we allow them to do so. Stoics, with their unwavering spirit and wisdom, understand that autonomy and choice is a core value of life. They do not allow themselves to be swept away by the currents of the crowd, nor do they let the expectations of others overshadow their inner voice. Like lighthouses amidst the vast ocean, they confidently shine their own light, unmoved by storms or the sweet whispers of the sea. Autonomy and choice is not merely about making decisions. It's also about the ability to recognize and master our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's the freedom to think independently, uninfluenced by social prejudices or the words of others. It's the courage to express our own views, even if they differ from the majority. It's the determination to pursue our goals, even if the path is difficult and full of obstacles. Take the story of Socrates. an ancient Greek philosopher who was sentenced to death for his progressive ideas. Despite pressure from the authorities and public opinion, Socrates firmly defended his views, refusing to compromise with what he believed to be wrong. He chose death to protect his freedom of thought, leaving behind a shining example of the autonomy and courage of a Stoic. Stoics understand that no one can live our lives for us. Each of us has a unique mission, a unique value, and a unique path to follow. Allowing others to impose their will upon us only leads us to lose our identity, our freedom, and our true happiness. Instead of living up to the expectations of others, listen to the voice of your heart. Understand yourself. Discover your passions, interests, and values. Set goals for your life and strive tirelessly to achieve them. Autonomy and choice not only helps us master our own lives, but also enables us to become responsible individuals who contribute positively to society. When we know what we want, we have a strong motivation to act, to overcome difficulties, and to create good values for the community. Remember, freedom is not indulgence, but self-awareness and responsibility. When we choose freely, we must also take responsibility for the consequences of those choices. Choose wisely, based on reason and ethics, so that you won't have regrets later. Life is a journey full of challenges and surprises, but if we know how to master ourselves, we can turn challenges into opportunities and surprises into joy. Let the flame of Stoicism illuminate your own path, helping you walk steadily and achieve worthy accomplishments. Number 4. Excessive dependence on others. Life is like a vast field where each of us is a seed with infinite potential. However, not every seed can grow strong on its own. Some need the support of the earth and the nourishment of the rain. But if we rely on others too much, we will remain weak saplings, unable to withstand the storms of life. Stoic philosophy, like a guiding lighthouse, reminds us of the power of self-reliance. It is the ability to stand on our own 2 feet, take responsibility for our lives, and find solutions to our own problems. As Epictetus said, difficulties show what men are. It is through challenges that we forge our will, discover our hidden strengths, and reach true maturity. Imagine life as a garden. If we only rely on others to water and care for us, we will forever be weak ornamental plants, unable to grow and thrive on our own. But if we learn to seek our own water, to withstand the sun and wind ourselves, we will become strong trees, reaching high to embrace the sunlight. Self-reliance does not mean isolating ourselves or refusing help from others. It means being proactive, having a spirit that does not fear difficulties, and the ability to find solutions to our own problems. Stoics understand that help is temporary. Only inner strength is eternal. When we take responsibility for our own lives, we will no longer blame circumstances, others, or fate for our difficulties. We will see things objectively, identify the root causes of problems, and proactively seek solutions. We will no longer be victims of circumstances, but masters of our own destiny. Self-reliance is not just a philosophy of life, but also a journey of self-discovery and development. When we overcome challenges on our own, we discover our hidden potential, strengths we never knew we had. We become confident, resilient, and able to face any challenge in life. Remember, self-reliance is not a destination, but a continuous journey. Every day, strive to do something new, learn something new, and overcome a personal limit. By doing so, you will constantly grow and become the best version of yourself. Number 5. Negative energies. Life is like a garden of the soul where vibrant flowers of joy, hope, and love bloom. However, there are times when dark clouds of negativity, pessimism, and complaints roll in, obscuring the sunlight and threatening the beauty of the garden. Stoics, with their wisdom and mindfulness, understand that protecting this inner garden from these dark clouds is a crucial task to keep the soul always bright and peaceful. Negative energy, like an invisible virus, can spread from person to person, from the environment around us to our minds. It can come from complaints, grievances about life, work, or the people around us, from pessimistic stories, disappointments about the future, from negative thoughts, self-doubt. If we're not careful, we can get caught up in the vortex of negativity, losing faith, hope, and getting lost on our path. Stoics, like skillful gardeners, know how to identify and remove the seeds of negativity. They don't let themselves be influenced by complaints, pessimistic stories, or negative thoughts of others. They understand that everyone has a different perspective on life, and not everything others say is true. Instead of focusing on the negative, Stoics choose to see the positive side of every issue. They seek opportunities in difficulties, lessons in failures, and joy in small things. They are grateful for what they have, cherish the people around them, and always look towards a bright future. Take the story of Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher who was once a tortured and abused slave. However, he did not let those sufferings and misfortunes cloud his soul. He learned to accept his circumstances, finding joy in knowledge and philosophy, and eventually became one of the greatest thinkers of his time. Or the story of Viktor Frankl, an Austrian psychiatrist who survived the horrors of the Nazi concentration camps. In those harsh conditions, he found meaning in life by helping others, by seeking small glimmers of hope amidst the darkness of despair. These stories show that negative energy cannot defeat those with strong souls and resilient spirits. By focusing on the positive, they have overcome difficulties, challenges, and found happiness in life. To avoid negativity, Stoics regularly practice exercises such as meditation, yoga, journaling, reading, and spending time in nature. They also learn to manage emotions, control thoughts, and build a healthy living environment for themselves. They know how to choose positive companions, those who always inspire and motivate them. They stay away from people who complain, grumble, and are pessimistic. They also limit exposure to negative information on social media, instead seeking useful information, inspiring stories, and new knowledge. By purifying the soul and cultivating positive light, Stoics not only create a happy and peaceful life for themselves, but also spread positive energy to those around them. They become inspirations, guides, and trusted companions on the path to finding happiness and meaning in life. Number 6. Negative habits. In life, we are like boats adrift on a vast ocean, constantly affected by the turbulent waves of temptation and habit. These waves, sometimes calm, sometimes violent, carry countless habits and lifestyles, both good and bad, from the people around us, from society, from what we encounter every day. Stoics, with their clear wisdom and steadfast souls, understand that physical and mental health are the sacred flames, the lighthouses guiding the ship of life through all storms. They clearly recognize that unhealthy habits and lifestyles, even when disguised under the glamorous guise of temporary pleasure, are merely demons in disguise, silently gnawing at our health and happiness. They do not let themselves be swept away in the whirlwind of all-night parties, excessive drinking, sleepless nights in front of computer screens, or delicious but toxic foods. Instead, they actively choose healthy habits and lifestyles, like diligent farmers caring for each vegetable bed, each rice plant in their fields. They eat in moderation, Exercise regularly, get enough sleep, and spend time on relaxing activities and learning new knowledge. They understand that health is not just the absence of disease, but a harmonious balance between the physical and mental. Like Seneca, the eminent Stoic philosopher, who once said, "Health is a precious gift that nature bestows upon us. Cherish and protect it." He always valued taking care of his health, eating in moderation, exercising regularly, and taking time to rest and relax. Thanks to that, he had a healthy and clear-minded life, leaving behind valuable philosophical works for posterity. Or like Marcus Aurelius, the wise Roman emperor, who wrote in his Meditations, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Love what you do as if it were the last thing you do." He was not only a talented leader, but also a shining example of the Stoic lifestyle, always maintaining physical and mental health to fulfill his mission. Stoics not only live a healthy life themselves, but also spread these positive values to those around them. They are like torches lighting the way, leading others to the light of knowledge and self-control. They share knowledge about health, personal care experiences, and lessons from Stoic philosophy, helping others to take control of their lives and achieve peace and happiness. Physical and mental health are the solid foundation for a meaningful and fulfilling life. Let Stoic philosophy guide you, helping you build a healthy lifestyle, a resilient soul, and an indomitable spirit in the face of all life's storms. Number 7, false praise. In life, compliments are like warm rays of sunshine capable of dispelling fatigue, providing motivation, and sparking joy within us. However, not all sunlight brings life. There are artificial rays, merely glamorous lights, that can scorch our souls, lead us astray, and make us lose our true value. Stoics understand that insincere praise, even when wrapped in flowery words, is just a mask concealing malicious intentions. It could be flattery to win favor, exaggeration to exploit, or simply social niceties not coming from a sincere heart. False praise, like a sweet poison, can cause untold harm to our souls. It makes us complacent, arrogant, and lose our clarity and ability to see ourselves objectively. It makes us dependent on the opinions of others, losing our autonomy and self-determination. Take the story of King Midas, who begged the god Dionysus to grant him the ability to turn everything he touched into gold. His wish was granted, but Midas soon realized that this gift was a curse. He couldn't eat or drink, couldn't embrace his daughter, and ultimately he had to beg Dionysus to take back the gift. False praise is like the gift of Dionysus, seemingly attractive at first glance, but actually a dangerous trap. It blinds us to true values, makes us chase after vain illusions, and lose ourselves. Stoics do not reject compliments, but they know how to distinguish between sincere and insincere ones. They listen with their hearts, minds, and intuition. They don't let praise blind them, but always maintain a state of alertness and humility. They understand that their self-worth does not depend on the praise of others, but on their actions, contributions, and the values they bring to life. They do not seek external validation, but seek validation from within, from their own conscience and heart. They know that sincere praise is a precious gift capable of encouraging, motivating, and helping us progress. But false praise is just a mask, a deceptive game. Therefore, learn to identify and reject insincere compliments to protect your value and freedom. Remember, you are an independent individual with your own unique value, and don't need to rely on the recognition of others to affirm yourself. Be proud of what you have achieved, confident in what you have, and always strive for better things in the future. That is the path to true happiness and peace. Number 8, envy. In the symphony of life, each person is a unique note contributing to the rich and diverse melody. However, sometimes the discordant notes of envy can creep into our souls, causing turmoil and imbalance. Stoics, with their clear wisdom and tranquil minds, understand that envy is a shadow that needs to be faced and overcome to protect their inner peace and happiness. Envy, like a poisonous worm, gnaws at the soul, making us feel inadequate, dissatisfied, and unhappy with what we have. It leads us to compare ourselves to others, focusing on their successes and fortunes while forgetting our own values and strengths. It robs us of the joy of living, distracts us from our own goals, and immerses us in negative, destructive thoughts. Stoics do not deny the existence of envy, but they do not let it control them. They understand that envy is a natural emotion, but not a healthy one. It only brings suffering and unhappiness to ourselves and those around us. Instead of letting envy overwhelm them, Stoics choose to face it directly and mindfully. They look inward, reassessing their values and goals. They realize that everyone has their own path, their own pace, and their own definition of success. No comparison is fair, and no one is perfect. Take the story of Aesop, the famous Greek fabulist. He was once envied and slandered by a man. When Aesop learned of this, he was not angry or sad, but simply smiled and said, "He envies me because he does not have what I have. But I do not envy him, because I do not want what he has." Stoics understand that happiness does not come from comparing ourselves to others, but from being grateful for what we have. They cherish their achievements, no matter how small. They are grateful for their loved ones, their good friends, and the opportunities that life has given them. They focus on living a meaningful life, pursuing their passions, and contributing to society. To overcome envy, Stoics regularly practice exercises such as meditation, journaling, reading philosophical books, and spending time on their favorite activities. They also learn to change their thoughts, focus on the positive, and cultivate an optimistic and joyful attitude towards life. They understand that envy not only harms themselves, but also affects their relationships. When we envy others, it becomes difficult to build genuine and lasting connections. Therefore, they learn to accept and celebrate the successes of others while finding joy and satisfaction from their own achievements. Envy is like a shadow, always lurking in our souls. But if we know how to face it with wisdom and courage, we can overcome it and find the light of peace and happiness. Remember, you are unique, you have your own value, and you deserve to be happy. Don't let the envy of others dim your light. So number 9, unverified information. In the age of information explosion, when we are exposed to a barrage of information from the press, social media, friends, and family every day, filtering information becomes more crucial than ever. Stoics, with their sharp intellect and steadfast spirit, understand that not all information is reliable and valuable. They approach information cautiously, like an archaeologist meticulously sifting through fragments to uncover the truth hidden beneath layers of time. They do not let themselves be swept away by the chaotic flow of information, nor do they blindly accept anything. Instead, they always question, seek evidence, and compare different sources to assess the validity of information. They understand that misinformation not only distorts the truth, but can also have serious consequences for individuals and society. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Everything is opinion." Stoics are deeply aware of the subjective nature of information. They do not hastily believe in rumors, sensational news, or information that spreads quickly without basis. They take the time to thoroughly research, analyze, and evaluate objectively before drawing their own conclusions. They are not afraid to question authorities, experts, or influential figures. They are not afraid of being seen as rebellious or ignorant, but always seek the truth and defend their viewpoints. They understand that asking questions is not a sign of disrespect, but a way to broaden understanding and approach the truth more comprehensively. For example, when hearing a controversial statement from a politician, they will not rush to believe it, but will seek further information from various sources, considering the evidence and arguments from both sides before forming their own judgment. Or when reading an article about a pressing social issue, they will not just stop at the presented information, but will delve deeper into the context, history, and different perspectives to gain a more comprehensive view of the issue. Verifying information is not only the responsibility of the press and media, but also the responsibility of each individual. We need to be aware of protecting ourselves from toxic information, not letting ourselves be manipulated and deceived. This requires us to have patience, meticulousness, and critical thinking skills. Remember, information is a powerful tool that can bring knowledge and understanding, but it can also cause confusion and conflict. Stoics, with their wisdom and mindfulness, know how to use this tool effectively to build a correct worldview and live a more meaningful life. Number 10. Deception. Deception is like a thin mask concealing the naked truth and bringing moments of false happiness. It exists in countless forms, creeping into every corner of life. The sweet lies of a friend, the empty promises of a lover, flashy advertisements, excessive flattery, and photoshopped images on social media. All of this creates an illusionary world where the truth is distorted, replaced by something beautiful and sparkling, yet incredibly fragile. Deception has a strange appeal because it brings pleasant feelings and temporary moments of happiness. When we hear compliments or promising words, we feel loved and appreciated. When we look at perfect images on social media, we feel that we can also become like that. Deception is like opium, helping us forget the pain and difficulties in life. However, the sweetness of deception is only temporary. When the mask is removed, the harsh truth will emerge, leaving deep emotional wounds. When we discover that we have been deceived, we feel hurt and betrayed. Our trust in others and in life is shaken. Relationships break down and dreams vanish into thin air. Deception not only hurts others, but also hurts ourselves. It makes us lose our sincerity, honesty, and core values. We live in a fake world, unable to face ourselves and unable to grow. Stoic philosophy teaches that the truth, no matter how painful, is always better than sweet lies. The truth may cause us suffering and disappointment, but it also helps us recognize our mistakes and weaknesses. From there, we can learn, change, and mature. The truth helps us build genuine relationships based on trust and mutual respect. It helps us live a meaningful and purposeful life, not caught up in the vortex of illusions. To live an honest life, we need to learn to accept the truth, no matter how painful it may be. We need to learn to see ourselves objectively, without embellishment or concealment. We need to learn to listen to sincere feedback, even if it is harsh. We need to learn to speak the truth, even if it upsets others. When we live an honest life, we will feel at peace and lighthearted. We will no longer have to worry about being discovered or judged. We will earn the respect of others, and above all, the respect of ourselves. Number 11. Focus on yourself. Stop comparing. The path to inner freedom. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true happiness and peace do not come from comparing ourselves to others, but from focusing on ourselves and developing our inner virtues. Each person is a unique individual with their own abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. Comparing ourselves to others only leads to a loss of confidence and joy in life, because there will always be someone better, more successful, or luckier than us. Instead of looking at what others have, focus on what you possess and what you can do to improve yourself. Set personal goals, pursue your passions, and continuously learn and practice. When you focus on self-improvement, you will feel proud and satisfied with your achievements, no matter how big or small. Remember, everyone has their own unique journey and pace of development. Don't compare yourself to others, but compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Look back at what you have achieved, the progress you have made, and be proud of your efforts. Focusing on yourself also means accepting your strengths and weaknesses. Don't try to be someone else. Be yourself, with all your merits and flaws. When you accept yourself, you will find confidence and inner peace, no longer affected by the judgments and expectations of others. Remember, life is not a race, but a journey. Enjoy every moment, cherish what you have, and strive to become the best version of yourself. That is the true path to happiness and success. Number 12. Letting go of what we cannot control. The key to inner peace in Stoic philosophy. In life, we often find ourselves caught in a whirlwind of worries, stress, and disappointments. The root cause of these negative emotions often stems from our attempts to control things that are beyond our grasp. Stoic philosophy, with its wisdom and depth, teaches us that the key to achieving inner peace and genuine happiness lies in learning to accept and let go of what we cannot control. Stoics understand that in life there are things within our control, such as our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. But there are also things entirely beyond our reach, like the weather, the actions of others, or unexpected events. Trying to control these things only leads to more fatigue, stress, and frustration. Instead of wasting energy trying to change what cannot be changed, Stoics focus on developing and improving themselves, on doing their best within their capabilities. They understand that only when we accept reality and let go of the illusion of control can we find true peace and freedom. For instance, if you encounter a sudden rain shower that ruins your picnic plans, instead of getting angry and disappointed, accept that you cannot control the weather. Instead, find another activity to enjoy that day, or simply relax and read a good book. Or when a close friend cancels a meeting at the last minute, instead of feeling hurt and disappointed, understand that you cannot control the actions of others. Instead, spend time on yourself, doing things you love, or seek another opportunity to meet up with friends. By letting go of what we cannot control, we liberate ourselves from negative emotions and focus on what truly matters. We learn to accept reality, adapt to changes, and find joy in every moment. This is the path to true peace and happiness, a life of freedom and meaning, unburdened by expectations and illusions. Life isn't always a bed of roses, and sometimes we encounter sharp words, hurtful actions, or even unwanted gifts from others. But Stoic philosophy, like a beacon amidst life's vast sea, reminds us that happiness and inner peace reside within our own grasp. We have the power to choose what we accept and, more importantly, what we leave behind. Don't let negative words, baseless judgments, or unreasonable expectations shake your spirit or derail your goals. Don't allow the manipulations of others to lead you astray from your chosen path. Instead, listen to the authentic voice within, believe in your self-worth, and walk confidently on the path you've carved for yourself. Remember, what we don't receive from others is as crucial as what we do. By rejecting negativity, we open our arms to positivity, new opportunities, and healthy relationships. We create space for personal growth, freedom, and genuine happiness. If these insights have touched your heart, and you yearn to delve deeper into Stoic philosophy, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Together, we'll explore the power of self-mastery, how to overcome adversity, and how to build a meaningful and fulfilling life. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We look forward to seeing you in future videos, where we'll continue to nurture our souls and discover new horizons together